Hello and welcome to my show, Christina Explores. Follow me around the Houston area as I learn people's stories all while experiencing the eats, entertainment, and everything in between. Today we will chat with a Houston furniture company. Let's go. Am I the only one who gets excited when furniture arrives, especially if it's wood? The look and feel of the space finally being completed just brings music to my ears. Campos Co, a Houston furniture company, raises the bar for that experience every single time. Owned by a husband and wife team, Campos Co specializes in providing handcrafted minimalist furniture, including their most popular pieces, tables. I had a chance to sit down with Morgan and Itza Campos to find out about how it all started. Here they are. Y'all, I am so excited because I have Morgan and Itza, expecting parents, and the founders of Campos Co. Y'all, thanks so much for being here. How's it going today?
Thanks for having us.
You are so welcome. When is your baby due?
Ooh, January 8th, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have a January baby. That's so exciting. My birthday's in January, so I'm so excited to share a birthday with your baby.
Yeah.
And okay, icebreakers. So, it's ladies first.
Yes.
What was your childhood favorite food? And do you still like it now?
I actually don't remember. But if I have to say, I would say tacos.
Tacos?
Oh no, actually it's green enchiladas, and yes, I still love green enchiladas. They're still very good.
That sounds so delicious.
Yes.
I've only had green enchiladas once, but they were delicious.
You've only had you live in Houston. You've
I
only
know.
had them once?
I live in Houston. If you could tell me where to find some really good ones, maybe we can go.
Probably our mom's house.
Yeah, exactly. My in-laws.
Right. Y'all owe me some green enchiladas. Okay?
Yeah.
And then Morgan, for you, your question is, if you had to delete all of your apps except for 2 apps on your phone.
Just 2?
Yeah. What would be left on your phone? What 2 apps?
It's a hard one.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, you keep the gram.
Okay, absolutely.
And then I would, people are gonna hate me for this, but I'd probably keep Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's only because I think Facebook is like our version of a newspaper. And that's the only way I know if like relatives are still alive or like who's had a baby in the last year. So that's really it. So I'd probably keep those 2.
Nice. And then, okay, we'll throw another one in there. If you could have one more, what would be
one more app?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is cheating, but I'd keep, I guess, the YouTube app.
Yeah.
If I was limited to, I would say Safari, but then that's all internet, so I'll just say YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's a good one. I would keep YouTube as well. It's like perfect entertainment. If you have a YouTube channel on there, you could have your business stuff, you know, it's
everything.
It's a keeper.
You got it all.
We are here because we're talking about your business and how y'all started up. You made this gorgeous coffee table, which is so exciting.
Yeah.
And I want to know, how did y'all even get into woodworking?
Yeah, so we actually, my wife, my girlfriend at the time, used to work for like a fundraising company with public schools and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so she had the summers off, you know, when the schools weren't running. So I didn't have a full-time job. I was just doing music full-time. And I had a little bit of money saved up, and I kind of briefly had mentioned it to her, and I was like, hey, we're actually gonna start like a woodworking company, like let's start selling tables, and you know, just it was an idea.
So was that kind of your idea?
Yeah, just a way to bring in some extra money.
Yeah.
And then that way she wouldn't have to go get like a 9 to 5 during the summer or something. I was like, we'll work together and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And so we built some friends a dining table. We built them a table, and then I took a bunch of pictures of it and posted it on, you know, OfferUp, LetGo, Facebook, Craigslist, just anywhere I could think of. And we ended up we made about $5,000 in 5 weeks. So
oh
it's
my
like
gosh,
about $1,000
really?
a week.
Wow.
So which was pretty good for us, you know, like you know, she didn't have to get a job, and I was able to use that money to buy some better tools.
And my brother was working with us too.
And her brother was working with, so it was kind of like the three of us just trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
So
now, can I pause really fast? So did you have like woodworking experience before? Like,
Zero.
how do you even know? Like,
Nothing
you just
at all.
had an idea to start, just pick woodworking, and then you told Itza about it, and then y'all just started.
Yeah, so I had an uncle in Mexico, and I remember being a little kid, and he had a little shop behind my grandma's house, and he was a woodworker, and he was like really talented. And I remember having this weird inclination towards it as a kid.
Yeah.
Like I thought, you know, the sawdust was cool, and cutting was kind of cool, and the stain. So I remember seeing a little bit of that, and so maybe that's kind of sparked something in me subconsciously.
Right.
But yeah, so I thought that was really cool, and then I like to have a skill that's practical,
right?
You know, and I figured, you know, it can't, worst case scenario, I buy these tools, hopefully we make our money back, so we kind of break even, and then I know how to screw some stuff together.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There's really nothing to lose. So
that's so neat that, you know, you were able to see your uncle do it, and then you know, as a child you were drawn to that, and now you're doing it, you know, and y'all have a company. So okay, so fast forward back to when y'all made the $5,000. Y'all, did you already have Campos Co established, or did it take some time for you to decide, okay, we're gonna pick a company name and
so we kind of made it up as we went, because I think, you know, maybe we were thinking short term, you know, like this is gonna be like a little get some money quick,
hold me over type thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was kind of fruitful enough to where I thought, you know, well, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it's working, so maybe we could just keep, so we just kept at it, and then over time we started, you know, building a portfolio and introducing it to new clients, and then I started going to furniture stores and just showing them what we could do, and then offering our services to them and our products for their rooms. And that kind of took us up to a different notch.
Exactly. That is so exciting. Now, what do y'all love most about what you get to do?
So I'm very like anxious, you know, like pessimistic and like all that. So I always get this weird like anxiety thing right before we deliver a piece. And I always go, man, they're not gonna like it, and the color's too dark, or it's too light, it's too wide, it's not, you know, whatever. So I always get these weird little panic attacks like, every time before we deliver a product. And as soon as we deliver it, and the first reaction we get from people, 97% of the time, is, oh my gosh, I love it, it's great. And that kind of gives me this weird sense of relief that people are satisfied with what they got. And, you know, like that, usually that means that we did a good job. So it's kind of like a little pat in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Now, are you always here to witness that anxiety?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And what do you do about it usually?
No, I always just tell him how great everything is, because it is great. Like, I wouldn't be lying to him, but I think my absolute favorite is just like him having an idea and actually like put it to work, and like seeing the finished product of like something he just thought of, and how he works really hard and just makes it. He like looks into every little detail, so everything he makes, he just makes sure it's like perfect and it like fits the customer, and it's just it's really cool to watch him do that, and just like be there and just like on the sidelines cheering him on.
And don't get it twisted, sometimes it's to a fault, you know. Sometimes she's like, you need to just calm down. And so well,
that's neat that you take pride in what you do.
For
and you strive to provide the best for your clients who are really attracted to your work and everything like that. And I'm wondering, what do you hope to provide for each and every one of your clients who has a coffee table or a dining room table or a cutting board, or any one of your Campos Co products? What do y'all strive?
So providing people with like a good, I guess, and a service like this is really cool, because it's almost like you get to leave somewhat of a business card for any potential future clients. So you always want to leave, you know, I would never sell something to someone that I wouldn't be willing to have in my house. So when I look at a piece, and you know, I wouldn't let it leave the garage if I thought, you know, this isn't really what it was supposed to look like. So it's basically that, you know, like a calling card for any potential client, because you never know, you know. I've had clients call me because they saw so-and-so had this cool dining table in their house and they want one now, or they want something similar, or, you know, they saw one of our pieces at a furniture store like this. And so I think that that's probably what's the most important.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one too. Now, what is something that you would want to tell other people who are interested in maybe starting a business? What advice do you guys have for other people?
Yeah, so I would probably just encourage people to be as practical as they possibly can.
Okay, in what sense?
So a lot of times, you know, when people have ideas for a business, or they have this thing, you know, this get rich quick thing or whatever, I think they might think, well, I'm gonna start the new Facebook, or I'm gonna start the new whatever. And I just, you know, I try to always look at things like, okay, well, I'm probably not gonna make $10,000 a week starting out. So how can I learn to make $500 a week? And then how can what are some things that I can build or offer? What goods and services can I offer a person that are competitive with other people that offer those services, but stand apart from what people are already, you know, and in our case, you know, our competitors are places like Pottery Barn and IKEA and that sort of thing. And, you know, it's hard to beat a $80 coffee table you can get from a place like that. But, you know, we think, well, I hate putting furniture together from a store like that, from IKEA. I don't know if you've ever had to do it, but it's like super annoying, takes forever. And it's not real wood. So you're like, I'm doing all this work for a thing that's really not that good, and it's not gonna last me that long. So I think, well, listen, you know, we deliver everything. It's already built. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to stain it yourself. You know, we try to provide people with services. So just encouraging people to be as practical as you can, you know, and really just weigh your options out and think in advance of how much money am I going to have to put in this before it gives me any sort of a return. So that's probably how I would break it down. So sort of thinking
everything through, taking steps to get you to the next level, and I guess setting sizable goals as well.
So that's just being realistic. Yeah, exactly.
What are your thoughts on stretch goals and, you know, like going for big dreams too?
Yeah, so I think once you start getting some stuff under your belt, like, okay, we did this, so, you know, we're capable of building, you know, this, or we know what our capacity is, you know, and we learned that early on because we were just trying to test ourselves to see how much we can cram into our lives. And so I think now that you know, if you get to a place where you know what you're capable of doing, it kind of helps, you know, provide some sort of relief for any bigger goals. So when someone says, well, how are you going to expand, or you know, how do you plan on scaling this business? It could help if you already know, well, I've done this, and I know I'm capable of doing this, and I know I'm capable of paying people this amount if they provide this for us. So just realizing what your capacity is early on, that helps, I think, later on when developing new goals. Absolutely. Now, speaking of scalable business, what's new on the horizon for y'all? So it's always had like, so she's always had this knack for like event planning, and she likes putting parties together and invitations, and like she has a real good vision for all that stuff. She's a lot more aesthetic than I am. I'm just very practical. I'm like, do these like can I put these two things together with glue? Like, I think that way, and she thinks, well, this looks really cool. And so she helps me so much with that. So I'd love to get into the wedding business side of stuff. So I'd love to provide people with like wedding arches for ceremonies and backdrops, and, you know, if they have destination stuff, like I guess local stuff that is outside, you know, it'd be really cool if we could provide them with different, you know, arches and different backdrops.
Now, did y'all use those arches in your wedding last year?
So we did. The one that we used was a little ghetto, because like I always do, I waited till the very last minute to put it together.
It's like, oh, 12 hours till I walk down the
exactly.
Well, till Itza walks down the aisle.
So, but I think that'd be really cool. And I think if we could provide different venues all over the city, and, you know, Austin, Dallas, wherever else, if we could provide them with like a subscription-based, here's 2 arches a month, give us $250, and you can use these as many times as you want, for as many ceremonies as you want, and charge as much as you want, and then just pay us $250 a month. So my goal is to get 4 to 8 venues to commit to something like that by next year.
Right.
Yeah, so that's probably what's next.
Oh my gosh, well that's so exciting. Best wishes for that idea.
Yeah.
I could totally see that taking off. It's gonna happen, y'all.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
It's gonna happen. If people are wanting to purchase your products, how can they go about doing that? Because I mean, these are great quality. Like, don't need to get these in your houses.
Yeah, so we actually, the best way is probably to find us on like Instagram, Facebook, at Campos Co. On Instagram, it's actually Campos and then spelled out Co. Yeah, they don't let you do the little @ stuff or anything. But so Campos Co. on Instagram, and then you can always DM us. We're pretty good about getting back to you as quickly as possible. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. We also have some pieces at different stores in Houston. So this is probably where we're at the most. It's a store off of Duality called Native Citizen. And they've been like a huge help and a huge blessing to us. So that's probably where you could see them in person if you're ever looking to just see it like in a setting, like a living room setting or something. So here at Native Citizen is probably the best,
All right, awesome. So y'all be sure to stop by Native Citizen if you want to see the table in person and like pick it up today, or contact Itza and Morgan at Campos Co. Okay, about this table.
Yes.
I can't wait to talk about this. So,
which you helped me put together.
Yes, which I helped him put together. All right, so we have a little bit of behind the scenes, right?
Yes.
Of how we put this together. Do you want to just let them know a little bit about what we did for this table?
Yeah, so you actually helped me round off a lot of the corners for the legs, and you actually helped me glue it together, which is like a really awkward thing to do by yourself. So I'm glad you were there for that. And yeah, I think, you know, this was actually a gift for some friends for their recent engagement.
Yes.
So we literally got it to them like the day of their engagement party or whatever they had. So we were able to do it and knock it out.
We are going to show y'all behind the scenes of how we put this table together. Y'all ready to show them?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go. Prior to our chat, I visited the Campos Co. shop to get the inside scoop on how they create their signature coffee tables. Safety first. Morgan showed me one of his favorite tools, the table saw, which allows him to precisely cut wood, which is the foundation for every piece. Next, we used a plunge router to round the corners of the wood. It's an easy, and might I add, fun way to create a smooth finished look. Guess who had a chance to try it next? Yes, me. It was time for us to assemble the coffee table using good old-fashioned glue and a hammer. We used clamps to hold everything in place as the wood glue dried for a few hours. There were still a few finishing touches to be done, and Morgan took care of those. Here's the finished piece. Isn't it gorgeous? How beautiful is that coffee table? And I'm not just saying that just because I helped. Glad I had a chance to learn a little bit about crafting furniture. Morgan and Itza are visionaries, and they have so much that they want to do with Campos Co. What's your vision? I challenge you to put steps in place to make yours come to life. If you are looking for handcrafted minimalist furniture, contact Campos Co. to put in your custom order, or you can visit one of their retailers, including Native Citizen in Houston. I'll list all of the information in the description below. You made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and spread the love. Share this video with a friend. If you have any suggestions for where I should go next in the Houston area, leave a comment below. Until next time, peace and blessings. Mwah.